Let's start with the second side of the face. The same process. I'm scrolling the device into the starting position, then back in order to adjust the dose. And notice that here I have refilled the capsule because you have used it for the other side of the face and now you have to refill it. The refilling process is the same as the assembling process. You remove the capsule, you scroll it out, you will use the same capsule. You don't have to change it because it's the same client. You can use one capsule for the same client and refill it as much and as many times as you need. So you screw off the capsule, then you remove the little plug out, you fill in the product, you put the plug back, and you scroll it on the device. And here I proceed with the injections in the middle of each square, talking about the eye area. If your filler is suitable for the injection around the eyes, there is no problem to perform the treatment around the eyes as well. However, the skin around the eyes is very delicate. You have to be careful, and if you see that there are a lot of blood vessels seen, which are bluish or reddish, it's better to avoid those areas because bruises might appear easily. Also, if you see if the client's skin in general is quite sensitive and gets red quite fast, it's better to avoid the eyes area as well, as more noticeable swelling might appear. Now let's speak about the serums used during the treatment. First of all, these serums must be specially created for mesotherapy treatment. They can and normally will contain hyaluronic acid. However, the client and you yourself shouldn't confuse the serums with hyaluronic acid fillers. Speaking of the fillers, we would inject it in the lips area, in the lips themselves, for lip enhancement. However, in the face area, you will use serums which are very liquid, and it's not exactly the same as the fillers. Normally, the manufacturer will indicate on the bottle or in the product description that the serum is suitable to use during the mesotherapy treatment. So, which serum to use when? You can analyze your client's skin, ask your client as well which goal does she want to achieve. Maybe it's the pigmentation which bothers her, or the skin is too dry. Often you will notice different things than your client. Often you will tell her that there are some visible wrinkles, and she will say, "Oh, the wrinkles don't bother me so much as the pigmentation," or other way around. So, based on this discussion, you will decide which serum to use. There can be different serums for different purpose. The universal ingredient in all of the serums will most often be the hyaluronic acid. However, if we want to attach a different ingredient to a different skin problem, it would be as follows. So, a dry skin, dehydrated dry skin, many visible wrinkles, we would want to hydrate such skin, and the main ingredient you should look for should be hyaluronic acid. because hyaluronic acid molecules attract a lot of water to them, thus hydrating the skin. Speaking of a dull skin, which lost the vibrance, vitamin C is a good ingredient which works such an antioxidant and brightening agent as well. If the skin is quite red and sensitive, the ingredient to use is aloe vera, which is a calming agent. If the skin is prone to acne, royal jelly would be a good ingredient in the serum. Uh, Royal jelly is honeybee secretion, which has anti-inflammatory effects. If there is a lot of pigmentation observed, phytic acid will be a good ingredient in order to reduce the stains and uneven skin tone. And then there are also special serums for the eye area. Normally it will be specially made to reduce eye bags or to reduce dark circles around the eyes. And by the way, don't worry if you don't memorize this information now. All of it is explained in the PDF file of the course. So in the beginning of the course, in the tool overview, you saw that we need a syringe which is pre-filled with some serum. Normally, a mesotherapy serum, a mesotherapy product, comes in a little ampoule, which is sealed, first of all, with a gum cap, and often it's also surrounded by a metal cap on top of it. Sometimes you can remove the metal and remove the cap, and sometimes you cannot do that. However, as the traditional mesotherapy is performed with a syringe, there normally wouldn't be a problem. So that's why we are using the syringe to pick up some product from that ampoule. When you're picking up the product from the ampoule, you can pierce directly through the gum cap. Otherwise, there is no other way to actually fill in the Hyaluron Pen capsule. Another thing I could mention is that you don't necessarily need to mark the whole face. You can do random shots as well. However, with the pre-marked skin, you will easier anticipate how much product you will need to use. Speaking of the nose area, normally we are not treating the nose with Hyaluron Pen because the skin there is too thick and it will be too difficult for the product to be inserted. It will be just a waste of product. But if you see that the skin is quite thin, you can try it. Otherwise, instead of treating the nose, you can apply some specific mask on the nose. For example, if the pores are very big, you can apply pore reducing mask with some clay, for example, or anti-acne mask. There can also be an anti-pigmentation or simply hydrating mask applied. Or another option is to apply some peeling. And during the treatment, the peeling can do its work. And speaking of the peeling, you can actually combine this treatment with a very light percentage of peeling. You can apply it before or after the treatment. Some scrub before the treatment will not do any bad, and combining this treatment with other machines such as radio frequency, ultrasound, or LED light will be beneficial as well. So now enjoy the rest of the video.